A massive pivotal moment in my career came recently when I had to go back and face my demons. I think that a lot of athletes have to do things they feel uncomfortable with, but not many have to go back to the site where they crashed and it potentially ended their career and face, you know, their fears straight on. And I did that, and it was my first race 2 years to the day after I crashed and my bones broke outside my body, and I had to go back there, and that was when I was like, right, this was the place it happened. And I skied really fast. I actually qualified for the Olympics in that race. It was the first race back, and I was the only one who qualified from outside the top 30. And I didn't really understand the significance of that moment until I started getting amazing texts from all my friends and people who understood. And I actually went to the loo and started crying because it was a relief. It was like, if I can do this, I can do anything. I think that's really when I matured a lot. She wasn't even ill, and we didn't even know that, you know, it was such a shock and it was such a big blow that it's definitely formed my mentality to how I approach life a lot. Because life was taken away from her too soon, I've definitely gone, right, what can I do? But yeah, again, you know, I think about her all the time. I think about what she would think, and obviously with the wedding day next year, that's a massive day where mother and daughter bond. And I know there's a date that we have in mind and a place. My mum's buried in Syon Park, and it's really beautiful, and we're hoping to get married there. But until the Olympics are over, I'm not really going to think about it too much. When I retire, eventually, I don't know when that's going to be, but I've decided to go into adventuring. There aren't many female explorers out there, and I've got a lot of credentials in that area. My great-great-grandfather was the first guy to fly across the Atlantic, and actually at Heathrow there's a statue of him, John Alcock, and I've definitely got that kind of spark inside me that wants to explore and to challenge myself physically, and there's not many girls who do it, and I think being a ski racer I've proved that I'm tough. So it'll be really fun to get into that. I'd like to make it all about women, and I've got a few really strong female friends. There's this lady called the Extreme Mother, and she's one of my sponsors actually, and she's a phenomenal lady, and she basically only found confidence to go out there and do challenges when she turned 60 years old, and she's amazing. Also Molly from the Saturdays is a girl I went to school with, and we're good buddies, and obviously Zara Phillips and I are good friends, and she would be great because I think a lot of the public doesn't really get her, so it'd be nice to bring her into it. You have to get results before you get funding, but you can't get results without funding. You know, the rest of the world has millions of pounds put in their program to be the best ski racers in the world, and we're trying to do it on a shoestring, which is why I train with the Norwegian girls. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to be bitter because at the end of the day I'm still out there following my dream. I think that going into Sochi, it's the strongest winter team I've ever been part of by miles. You know, there's not just one person who's going to bring home a gold, there's at least three. My top three to watch out for are Shelley Rudman, Elise Christie's, James Woods and Jenny Jones. That's four, I can't count.